also. But actually in Nepal it is popular as a Budhanilkantha. Okay, this temple was established in Dwapar Yuga, that is a beliefness. Okay, according to the Hindu belief, this area was ruling by king called Suryaketu. Suryaketu was very religious king, very honest king, and he had a Pushpak Viman. He usually used his Pushpak Viman and he went to the Badrinath Ji every Ekadashi and do darshan of Badrinath Ji. Then he come back and he ate food. So while Suryaketu was doing that, Badrinath Ji became very happy with him. And while Suryaketu became older, that time Badrinath Ji suggests to him, Suryaketu, you are getting older and every time you cannot come here. So that's the reason now I am planning to come in your own palace area. So from next Ekadashi, you don't need to come to pray me over here. I come in your palace premises. So that's the reason Suryaketu became very happy and he back to the palace and he was waiting for next Ekadashi. While next Ekadashi came, that time he come to over here and he saw the statue and he found not like Badrinath Ji, not like Kedarnath Ji. So he became upset and he argued with the Badrinath Ji and said, why you lies me? If you don't want to come, it doesn't matter how old I am. I can come to your temple, I can pray you there. So that time Badrinath Ji tried to convince him, but he never became convinced. And that time Badrinath Ji also became angry and he said, if you do not trust me, if you do not believe me, from next Ekadashi you don't need to visit my temple. If you or any royal members visit my temple, I will give you the shrap and your generation will be over. So that's the reason from that times to till now, Nepal was united. Nepal was ruling by many different dynasties and now Nepal is a republic. Nepal have a presidential system, but president of Nepal, ex-king, family and royal members, no any royal members visit this temple because they believe they will get the shrap. So that's the reason they believe this temple will be not visited. And nowadays temple management, they already invite President of Nepal to visit the temple, but they are also not coming. They are elected for 5 years, but they are not coming here. Okay, it's like this kind of things. And while Nepal was kingdoms, the royal members, they make similar like this kind of statue in their palace area or in a little bit east from Kathmandu. There is one also huge similar like this kind of things. They made there and they darshan there. Okay, like this kind of things. And at the last of Dwapar Yuga, while the Suryaketu time was over, in this area got the Mahapralaya and the statue was buried. And later on people started to do the farming over here. And this land where the statue is lies, it was belongs to Nilakantha. The farmer name was Nilakantha. He was old. And that time people use this area to take out the rice from the straw. So while they take out the rice from the straw, they get always double rice. So that's the reason from far also farmers bring the rice with the straw over here and they beat in a stone and they get double rice. One time the Nilakantha, he had a curiosity, why we get the double rice, why not from other places, why only here we get the double rice. So he decided to dig. And he found, while he was digging, he hurt the statue. So on the other side there is one finger, he hurt by his weapons. And that time so from the statue real blood came out. So that news was published everywhere and all the farmers comes here and they became surprised why this blood is coming. So they dig by hand carefully and they found this huge statue. Okay, so that's the reason. That times Nilakantha, he became very sad because he believed he hurt the god. So that's the reason he started to cry. But Lord Vishnu, Harihar Swarup Vishnu, he said, I made you dig. I wanna came out, so that's the reason I made you dig. You don't need to cry. But that times also Nilakantha do not be convinced, and that times Vishnu said, if you want me happy, you need to organize my prayer by using batuka. Batuk is less than 14 years, like 1 to 14 years, like 6 to Batuk boys who can walk around the statue and who can pray puja like this kind of things in a Sadhusupachar Paddhati. So Nilakantha organized this kind of prayer over here, and until now we are organizing this kind of pray, okay, like this kind of things. And while while people found this statue by Nilakantha, that times they started, Nilakantha was old, so they started to tell Budhanilkantha by his name. Nilakantha was old, old means Buddha, Nilakantha means his name, so this is why this is known as a Budhanilkantha area. But now we, for us, easy to introduce to our tourists, we say Jal Narayan, like floating Vishnu, like this kind of things, okay? But the real name of the temple is Budhanilkantha. Okay, and in 16th century we had one king who was very religious, very kind, who is known as a Pratap Malla. He tried to visit this temple, so that's the reason he decided, I do not do any crime, I always do the good things, so why what will happen if I go to the Budhanilkantha? So that's the reason he used his horse and came to over here. That times Lord Vishnu sent one of the snake from his head to stop him under the tree. There is one way. So this, while Pratap Malla arrived there, while he need to take up from the horse, he found everywhere a snake. He cannot put feet on the ground. So that's the reason he cannot take up from the horse. And that time he requests snake to leave the way, but that time the snake do not listen to him. So this is the reason he became very upset, and he said to the snake, if you do not let me to go in temple, I also do not let you to go back to the statue. So that's the reason he give the shrap to the snake, you will also become blind and stay here. So that's the reason one of the snake who went to stop him at the under the tree area, that times he became blind, and his statue is over there now. So we can see that also over there. So this is about this temple. And one mysterious things also we can find over here. The Vishnu statue is facing to the sky, but reflection we can see under the water in like 360 degrees, like this kind of thing. So you will be surprised. You can see from here also the crown you see under the water, exactly 360.
Oh my God, it's here.
हम के आम बधु सीनेरी आम पड़े तो बधु जाए
પાડો છે પાડો છે
एक्सक्यूज मी भैया साइड में
वो मना कर देगा उसको, ऐसे बोलोगे तो फिर कोई नहीं कहेगा कि उसको पहले से बोल रहे हो आप, दिखा रहे हो कि हम काम कर रहे हैं।
बस